Genius. When you see this chair, you know what time it is? Anything can happen. So, I've had more than some of you that requested, hey, I have this intention, or I have this manifestation that I have been working on. How many meditations does it take? I've had this intention of financial freedom. I've had this intention of healing. And it's been this long. And nothing has changed. Because you're looking for it. If you're looking for it, you are not it. Today has been a wild ride. Whew. If you're looking for it, if you're frustrated, you are not it. And if you are not it, you don't get it. See, first comes energy. Let me correct myself. The person that has what you want has a different personality. Why? They think different. They feel different. And as a consequence, their emotions are new, different, unique. Emotions control how you make decisions, along with knowledge from the think box. And somebody else asked me, again, what is the think box? There are two different boxes that you should be jumping in and out of. There's the think box where you analyze things, you strategize things, you create plans, which is, I'll tell you exactly how I go between play box and think box. So I'm having my morning coffee, okay? I come out here, I always have to come out here before the sun comes up. I want the morning rays to hit my face as the sun rise happens, so I can do my Surya Namaskar. The beautiful, beautiful backyard that I have, and the sun, the existence in the cosmos. And I have my coffee, and I look at the moon, and the moon is not gone yet, and the sun is rising, and there's this fog over the lake, and I'm just enjoying this thing with a completely empty mind. So now pay attention. I'm talking about how I jump between think box and play box. Why are you so wobbly today? So I'm out there with my coffee, and I'm looking at the birds. George comes out once in a while to get some sun. There's birds, ducks, white birds, these big 5-foot tall birds, whatever they are, hawks, rabbits, snakes, black snakes, garden snakes, these lizards running around. It's just this orchestra. Everybody's just like a big circus. And I have my mind empty, and it's just this beauty within it. Like I am in it. I'm watching this ecosystem that I'm a part of, and I sort of merge with it. I know, I sound crazy. You will too. Keep doing the work. So this is why you need a tribe, you need a community. Because the better you get at this, the deeper you go into yourself, the deeper you go into nothingness, the dark, empty spaceness, you start to realize it's not really dark. Sure, it might be dark. And it's not empty. It's full of information and data, and it's just all this unlimited things are in it. And when you merge within it, you get to experience all of it or some part of it, and you can pick and choose and do anything you want the moment you step outside of space-time. What does that mean? How do you do that? Anyway, back to ThinkBox, and I don't even know why I turned the camera on. But we're going to talk about it. About this intention thing. Sure, that's it. We'll dance around this intention thing while I tell you guys other things that come to me. So let me first put it in perspective of this ThinkBox and Playbox. Back to my story. I merge with it, empty mind. Nothing is going through my mind. I'm just smiling, and I can feel this energy. Okay. Tell me, how many of you guys have had an experience where some of these beautiful, after some breath work and meditation, you just gesture with an intention to your body? It happens so fast. It happens so fast. Jesus. Okay. Okay. Okay, I should definitely not do a breath work right now. Things are moving too much. That might just be gone. This is gonna be such a video. But so I'm out there, okay. And I've been thinking about things, but I'm not thinking about things. I've been thinking about things after my meditations, simply by my entire back is now sweaty too. See how fast that works, guys? Keep doing the work. So, okay. I'll give you an example. I think that'll make more sense. That'll click better with you. I'm out there and I instantly, from an empty mind, get downloads of the curiosities that I have had during meditations and right after meditations. Because in meditations, the deeper you go, the more questions you have, the more curious you are. What was that? Oh my God. Lena might say, I was moving through space so fast. What does that mean? I don't know if she said, what does that mean? But I was saying that. So, and, or I get out of breath work and I don't know who I am. For a few seconds, I don't know where I am. And I'm right here. You know? So I'm curious about these things and I have questions afterwards. But what do? I think about the question, release it. Just release it and stop thinking about it. The higher self knows more than you. Imagine if the higher self was your body and you were your nail, pinky nail. Imagine how many things your pinky nail can experience compared to the rest of your body. The body can see, hear, touch, feel, all that. Yeah, I mean, your nail can feel too, touch pressure, I suppose. Or a finger if you were just part of the finger. Now imagine, so your body knows infinitely more than the mere tip of your finger, right? Alone by itself. So when you empty your mind and you just let go of questions and you let go of, here's what I need to do. I don't know how, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it and I'm going to do it by this date, this time, and it's going to be done. And then you just completely let go. One of the ways you do that is you analyze the problem, you go into your think box, you figure out all the variables that are available to you. Here's what I can do, looks like, here's what I cannot do, here are the things that are at my fingertips, here are the people that I might be able to reach out to, but that's all I know about this. But somehow this problem has to go away. And then you push that box away. And you empty yourself, you empty your mind. Something beautiful happens. As you're watching me, as you're listening to me, there would be no sound coming out of me and into your ears if there was no silence and empty space behind those words. You wouldn't be able to see me if there was no empty space around me. You wouldn't be able to hear me. If there was no silence behind my words, between my words, around my words. Don't pay attention to mere words that I'm uttering. Pay attention to the painting that they're designing in your mind. Just allow your visualizations to take place as I speak. No, this is not a meditation. So I'm out there, and immediately I get this drop of knowledge from the cosmos, just drops on me, and it just enters into my head. And why does that happen? I'll tell you in a second. It just enters into my head, and all of a sudden I get so much clarity, as if somebody just explained all of the things that I was worried about or curious about or asking about. And I was there for 10 hours chugging Red Bull, so I was paying attention, just paying attention. And all of that happened in an instant of a second. It just, poof, like, oh, yes, yes, of course, of course. That's how fast it happens. And then you, it blows your mind. You're like, I should tell somebody. I need to tell people this. This is amazing. Of course it's like that. Of course it makes sense. Of course this is how that is. And this is how that works. And here's how it's connected. Yes, of course. In a split of a second. Why does that happen? Two things that I do is why that happens. I keep my mind empty a lot so that I can create this empty void space for my higher self to start dumping things in it. Things that are good for me, things he knows I want, things that will pull me towards his state of being. Right? Slowly. It'll take me, there's no time space there, but I want to move towards him. And if I keep asking him, how do I get to you? I'm going to make a meditation about meeting your future self. And I'll talk about this in detail there too. But this is how you dance between the think box and the play box. You analyze what you know, you analyze what you're capable of, and you dump it. And then you empty your mind. Guess what your higher self just did? He looked at everything that's in your think box, and he knows infinitely more than you. So he knows how to give you what you want in a way that is good for you. Just allow, just open up and watch what happens. Guys, oof, today, I just feel so whole. I have so much energy today. Need to go outside and walk on the grass without my shoes on, and yeah. What do I want? And I'm not getting it. Well, you're not getting it because you're not that personality. The personality that has what you want doesn't look like you, doesn't act like you, doesn't feel like you, doesn't think like you, doesn't question things, knows how to empty their mind. Do the work. Do the work. How many meditations until I get $1 million in my account? I'm not getting it. Boo-hoo. Everything you want is waiting for you. But it's waiting for you in a form where you're a match in energy to it. First comes energy. Then comes the match to the energy. Everything you want. You could have an intention, and I could lock you in a box. And if you're convinced that you have it, there's not a thing in the universe that can stop that thing from reaching you to that box without you doing anything. Don't listen to these motivational speakers. Nonsense. Nonsense. You don't go to sleep when you're tired. You go to sleep when you're done. No. Nonsense. It's nonsense. When you are in flow state, when you empty your mind, when you increase your energy, when you increase your frequency, your vibration, your state of being with how you think, feel, and act, you become the person that you're going to think you're doing nothing. You're just dancing through life. And somehow you will still work 120 hours a week. And you will be dancing through life. Only if I could tell you how much I work, how many hours I work. My phone is just on, smoking sometimes. But that doesn't matter. I'm dancing through life. I have so much energy. And you will attract the right people. You will on demand attract the right circumstances, the right synchronicities, and you will start to move. But on the way, the universe might pause for a bit and say, are you sure you want that? Do you really want that? There's going to be a little bit of a test. Sorry. You got to have faith. You have to embody your new state of being. That's why we do walking meditations. That's why I have the children meditation of, meeting your child self. Because the past is not fixed. You can change the past. You know how you change the past? I don't know if I should say this yet. But you can change the past. You want to break the chains that you have from the past, and you want to break the anxiety chains from the future. And you want to bring all that energy into the present moment. And you become the new you, the you that you want to be you. Everything in the past has already turned into wisdom. You've learned your lessons. There's no need for emotional charge attached to anything from the past. There's no need for emotional anxiety charges attached to your future. Why? None of your business what happens in the future. And you need to convince yourself that you don't care what happened to your past. But you know that will not happen again because it has turned into wisdom. You have to be it. There are so many things I just told you that deep down you know you don't believe. Deep down you know you have not embodied. That's not your state of being. But that's your goal. You become that person. Overnight, things will just start to happen out of nowhere. Just let it happen. Allow. Yeah. Don't worry about how it's going to come to you, when it's going to come to you. None of your business. The higher self is not going to give it to you unless you embody it. The higher self wants to give you everything you want. You think the higher self is holding back? It has a grudge with you? No, it wants to give it to you, But if it gives it to you when you are not in the right state of being, you cannot move closer to your higher self. The higher self will be doing disservice to himself, herself, or you too. Everybody. To the process that is unfolding. It will be doing disservice to what you want, why you're here. Why are you here? You might not know, but your higher self does. So, who are you going to be? Who do you want to be? You can ask your higher self. You can pick the lifestyle you want. And you can use the backwards law, right? You can just figure out, how do you want to feel? Do you want to feel free? You want to do things that you want to when you want to? You want to have a loving family, children, friends, blah, 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 blah. And you embody that with your eyes closed first. You can do that for 1 hour at least per day. You do that 1 hour every day, your life will change. Because you are not doing that for 1 hour per day, or you haven't been doing it for 1 hour per day for long enough. Because if for 1 hour per day you do this over and over and over again, you will get to a state of being or state of mind in the meditation where you actually become that person for 1 hour a day. And you're going to want to be that person so much. Zoya is doing children's meditations these days, and she cannot wait to tell me all about the things that she had experienced during the meditations. I am not teaching her how to do the breath work yet. But it's something else. Anyway, that's enough of my rant for today. Love you guys.